Are you struggling to pass your theory test first time? Then you're at the right place. Welcome to the Driving Theory Test UK, your trusted source for DVSA-style practice questions, hazard perception training, road signs, and expert tips to help you pass with confidence. We break down tricky topics into simple, easy-to-follow videos so you can learn faster and smarter. Bullseye, whether your test is weeks away or just around the corner, we're here to support you every step of the way. Subscribe now and join thousands of learners who've passed their test with our help. Question 1. What's the minimum time gap you should leave when following a vehicle on a wet road? A. 4 seconds. B. 2 seconds. C. 1 second. D. 3 seconds. A. 4 seconds. Water will reduce your tire's grip on the road. The safe separation gap of at least 2 seconds in dry conditions should be doubled to at least 4 seconds in wet weather. Question 2. What does this sign mean? A. End of maximum speed. B. End of minimum speed. C. Maximum speed 30 miles per hour. D. Minimum speed 30 miles per hour. B. End of minimum speed. The red slash through the sign indicates that the restriction has ended. In this case, the restriction was a minimum speed limit of 30 miles per hour. Question 3. What should you do if you want to overtake a tractor but aren't sure that it's safe? A. Speed past, flashing your lights at oncoming traffic. B. Sound your horn to make the tractor driver pull over. C. Stay behind it if you're in any doubt. D. Follow another vehicle as it overtakes the tractor. C. Stay behind it if you're in any doubt. Following a tractor can be frustrating, but never overtake if you're unsure whether it's safe. Ask yourself, can I see far enough down the road to ensure that I can complete the maneuver safely? It's better to be delayed for a minute or two than to take a chance that may cause a collision. Question 4. Which sign means no motor vehicles allowed? B. This sign is used to enable pedestrians to walk free from traffic. It's often found in shopping areas. Question 5. What should you do if a doctor prescribes drugs that are likely to affect your driving? A. Only drive if someone is with you. B. Avoid driving on motorways. C. Get someone else to drive. D. Never drive at more than 30 miles per hour. C. Get someone else to drive. You shouldn't drive if you're taking medicine that could cause you to feel drowsy at the wheel. Ask someone else to drive or, if that isn't possible, find another way to get home. Hi there. I hope this video helps you prepare for your UK driving theory test. If you find it useful, please consider subscribing to our channel and don't forget to turn on the bell notification so you never miss an update. Also, drop your score in the comments, we'd love to hear how you're doing. Now, let's jump back into the video. Question 6. The road is wet. Why would a motorcyclist steer around drain covers while they were cornering? A. To avoid splashing pedestrians on the pavement. B. To help judge the bend using the drain covers as marker points. C. To avoid puncturing the tires on the edge of the drain covers. D. To prevent the motorcycle sliding on the metal drain covers. D. To prevent the motorcycle sliding on the metal drain covers. Other drivers or riders may have to change course due to the size or characteristics of their vehicle. Understanding this will help you to anticipate their actions. Motorcyclists and cyclists will be checking the road ahead for uneven or slippery surfaces, especially in wet weather. They may need to move across their lane to avoid surface hazards such as potholes and drain covers. Question 7. An injured motorcyclist is lying unconscious in the road. The traffic has stopped and there's no further danger. What could you do to help? A. Remove their leather jacket. B. Move the person off the road. C. Seek medical assistance. D. Remove their safety helmet. C. Seek medical assistance. If someone has been injured, the sooner proper medical attention is given, the better. Ask someone to phone for help or do it yourself. An injured person should only be moved if they're in further danger. An injured motorcyclist's helmet shouldn't be removed unless it's essential. Question 8. You arrive at the scene of a motorcycle crash. No other vehicle is involved. The rider is unconscious and lying in the middle of the road. What's the first thing you should do at the scene? A. Give the rider reassurance. B. Clear the road of debris. C. Move the rider out of the road. D. Warn other traffic. D. Warn other traffic. The motorcyclist is in an extremely vulnerable position, exposed to further danger from traffic. Approaching vehicles need advance warning in order to slow down and safely take avoiding action or stop. Don't put yourself or anyone else at risk. Use the hazard warning lights on your vehicle to alert other road users to the danger. Question 9. At an incident, how could you help a small child who isn't breathing? A. Open their airway and begin CPR. B. Talk to them confidently until an ambulance arrives. C. Find their parents and explain what's happening. D. Put them in the recovery position and slap their back. A. Open their airway and begin CPR. If a young child has stopped breathing, first check that their airway is open and then begin CPR. With a young child, you may only need to use one hand and you shouldn't press down as far as you would with an adult. Continue the procedure until the child is breathing again or until a medical professional takes over. Question 10. Which vehicles are least likely to be affected by side wind? A. Cars. B. High-sided vehicles. C. Motorcyclists. D. Cyclists. A. Cars. Although cars are the least likely to be affected, side winds can take anyone by surprise. This is most likely to happen after overtaking a large vehicle, when passing gaps between hedges or buildings, and on exposed sections of road. Question 11. How should you position yourself when you use the emergency telephone on a motorway? A. Stand on the hard shoulder. B. Stay close to the carriageway. C. Face the oncoming traffic. D. Keep your back to the traffic. C. Face the oncoming traffic. Traffic is passing you at speed. If the draft from a large lorry catches you by surprise, it could blow you off balance and even onto the carriageway. By facing the oncoming traffic, you can see approaching lorries and so be prepared for the draft. You'll also be in a position to see any other hazards approaching. Question 12. What does this sign mean? A. Cars only. B. No cars. C. Motorcycles only. D. No motorcycles. D. No motorcycles. You must comply with all traffic signs and be especially aware of those signs that apply specifically to the type of vehicle you're using. Question 13. You're on a motorway. A lorry has stopped in the right-hand lane. What should you do when you see this sign on the lorry? A. Pass the lorry on the left. B. Move into the right-hand lane. C. Leave the motorway at the next exit. D. Stop behind the flashing lights. A. Pass the lorry on the left. Sometimes work is carried out on the motorway without closing the lanes. When this happens, signs are mounted on the back of lorries to warn other road users of the roadworks ahead. Question 14. When would you use the right-hand lane of a two-lane dual carriageway? A. When you're passing a side road on the left. B. When you're turning right or overtaking. C. When you're staying at the minimum allowed speed. D. When you're driving at a constant high speed. B. When you're turning right or overtaking. Normally you should travel in the left-hand lane and only use the right-hand lane for overtaking or turning right. Move back into the left lane as soon as it's safe, but don't cut in across the path of the vehicle you've just passed. Question 15. Which sign means you have priority over oncoming vehicles? D. Even though you have priority, be prepared to give way if other drivers don't. This will help to avoid congestion, confrontation, or even a collision. Hi there. I hope this video helps you prepare for your UK driving theory test. If you find it useful, please consider subscribing to our channel and don't forget to turn on the bell notification so you never miss an update. Also, drop your score in the comments, we'd love to hear how you're doing. Now, let's jump back into the video. Question 16. Other drivers may sometimes flash their headlights at you. What's the official meaning of this signal? A. There's a radar speed trap ahead. B. They're giving way to you. C. There's a fault with your vehicle. D. They're warning you of their presence. D. They're warning you of their presence. If other drivers flash their headlights, this isn't a signal to show priority. The flashing of headlights has the same meaning as sounding the horn, it's a warning of their presence. Question 17. What will be affected if the road surface becomes soft in very hot weather? A. The exhaust emissions. B. The tire grip. C. The suspension. D. The fuel consumption. B. The tire grip. If the road surface becomes very hot, it can soften. Tires are unable to grip a soft surface as well as they can a firm dry one. Take care when cornering and braking. Question 18. What's the main hazard you should be aware of when following this cyclist? A. The cyclist may move to the left and dismount. B. The cyclist may get off and push their bicycle. C. The cyclist may swerve into the road. D. The cyclist may wish to turn right at the end of the road. C. The cyclist may swerve into the road. When following a cyclist, be aware that they have to deal with the hazards around them. They may wobble or swerve to avoid a pothole in the road or see a potential hazard and change direction suddenly. Don't follow them too closely or rev your engine impatiently. Question 19. Why should you check for motorcyclists just before turning right into a side road? A. They may be overtaking on your left. B. They may be following you closely. C. They may be emerging from the side road. D. They may be overtaking on your right. D. They may be overtaking on your right. Never attempt to change direction to the right without first checking your right-hand mirror and blind spot. A motorcyclist might not have seen your signal and could be hidden by other traffic. This observation should become a matter of routine. Question 20. At an incident, a casualty isn't breathing. What should you do while helping them to start breathing again? A. Roll them onto their side. B. Shake them firmly. C. Open their airway. D. Put their arms across their chest. C. Open their airway. It's important to ensure that the airway is open before you start CPR. To open the casualty's airway, place your fingers under their chin and lift it forward. Question 21. What does a sign with a brown background show? A. Motorway routes. B. Minor roads. C. Tourist directions. D. Primary roads. C. Tourist directions. Signs with a brown background give directions to places of interest. They're often seen on a motorway, directing you along the easiest route to the attraction. Question 22. What does this sign mean? A. Ring road. B. Mini roundabout. C. Roundabout. D. No vehicles. C. Roundabout. As you approach a roundabout, look well ahead and check all signs. Decide which exit you wish to take and move into the correct position as you approach the roundabout, signaling as required. Question 23. What does this sign mean? A. No through road on the left. B. Turn left for parking area. C. Turn left for ferry terminal. D. No entry for traffic turning left. A. No through road on the left. This sign shows you that you can't get through to another route by turning left at the junction ahead. Question 24. You see these double white lines along the center of the road. When may you park on the left? A. To pick up or set down passengers. B. If the line nearest to you is broken. C. When there are no yellow lines. D. During daylight hours only. A. To pick up or set down passengers. You mustn't park or stop on a road marked with double white lines, even where one of the lines is broken, except to pick up or set down passengers. Question 25. Do you need to plan rest stops when you're planning a long journey? A. No, you'll be less tired if you get there as soon as possible. B. Yes, you should plan to stop every half an hour. C. No, only fuel stops will be needed. D. Yes, regular stops help concentration. D. Yes, regular stops help concentration. Try to plan your journey so that you can take rest stops. It's recommended that you take a break of at least 15 minutes after every 2 hours of driving or riding. This should help to maintain your concentration. Hi there. I hope this video helps you prepare for your UK driving theory test. If you find it useful, please consider subscribing to our channel and don't forget to turn on the bell notification so you never miss an update. Also, drop your score in the comments, we'd love to hear how you're doing. Now, let's jump back into the video. Question 26. You're on a long motorway journey. What should you do if you start to feel sleepy? A. Leave the motorway and stop in a safe place. B. Play some loud music. C. Stop on the hard shoulder for a rest. D. Drive faster to complete your journey sooner. A. Leave the motorway and stop in a safe place. If you feel sleepy, you should leave the motorway at a service area or at the next exit and stop in a safe place to rest. A supply of fresh air can help to keep you alert before you reach the exit, but it isn't a substitute for stopping and resting. Question 27. How can you avoid wheel spin when you're driving on an icy road? A. Use the parking brake if the wheels start to slip. B. Brake gently and repeatedly. C. Drive at a slow speed in the highest gear possible. D. Drive in a low gear at all times. C. Drive at a slow speed in the highest gear possible. If you're traveling on an icy road, extra caution will be required to avoid loss of control. Keeping your speed down and using the highest gear possible will reduce the risk of the tires losing the grip on this slippery surface. Question 28. You intend to turn left at the traffic lights. What should you do just before turning? A. Check for bicycles on your left. B. Move up closer to the car ahead. C. Move out to the right. D. Check your right mirror. A. Check for bicycles on your left. If you've been in a queue of traffic and are about to turn left, check your near side for cyclists, as they often filter past on the near side of slow-moving or stationary vehicles. Question 29. What should you do if you become tired while you're driving on a motorway? A. Increase your speed and turn up the radio volume. B. Leave the motorway at the next exit and rest. C. Pull up on the hard shoulder and change drivers. D. Close all your windows and set the heating to warm. B. Leave the motorway at the next exit and rest. If you feel yourself becoming tired or sleepy, you should leave the motorway at the next exit or services and stop for a rest. If you have to drive a long way, leave earlier and plan your journey to include rest stops. That way you're less likely to become tired while driving and you'll still arrive in good time. Question 30. What can you do to help prevent tiredness on a long journey? A. Play loud music in the car. B. Eat a large meal before driving. C. Take regular refreshment breaks. D. Complete the journey without stopping. C. Take regular refreshment breaks. Long-distance driving can be boring. This, coupled with a stuffy, warm vehicle, can make you feel tired and sleepy. Make sure you take rest breaks to help you stay awake and alert. Stop in a safe place before you get to the stage of fighting sleep. Question 31. Why is it dangerous to leave rear fog lights switched on after the fog has cleared? A. Direction indicators may not work properly. B. The bulbs would fail. C. Electrical systems could be overloaded. D. They may be confused with brake lights. D. They may be confused with brake lights. If your rear fog lights are left on when it isn't foggy, the glare they cause makes it difficult for road users behind to know whether you're braking or you've just forgotten to turn off your rear fog lights. This can be a particular problem on wet roads and on motorways. If you leave your rear fog lights on at night, road users behind you are likely to be dazzled, and this could put them at risk. Question 32. Where should you park your vehicle at night? A. In a quiet road. B. Near a police station. C. In a well-lit area. D. On a red route. C. In a well-lit area. When you're parking at night, park in a well-lit area. This can help deter criminals from targeting your vehicle. Question 33. When are you allowed to park in a parking bay for disabled drivers? A. When you have a wheelchair. B. When you have a blue badge. C. When you have an adapted vehicle. D. When you have an advanced driver certificate. B. When you have a blue badge. Don't park in a space reserved for disabled people unless you or your passenger are a blue badge holder. The badge must be displayed on the dashboard or fascia panel where it can be clearly read through the front windscreen. Question 34. What should you do if a driver pulls out of a side road in front of you, causing you to brake hard? A. Sound your horn to show your annoyance. B. Overtake as soon as possible. C. Flash your lights to show your annoyance. D. Ignore the error and stay calm. D. Ignore the error and stay calm. Be tolerant if a vehicle emerges and you have to brake quickly. Anyone can make a mistake, so don't react aggressively. Be alert where there are side roads and be especially careful where there are parked vehicles, because these can make it difficult for emerging drivers to see you. Question 35. What should you do when you're overtaking a motorcyclist on a windy day? A. Pass closely. B. Pass very slowly. C. Pass widely. D. Pass immediately. C. Pass widely. In strong winds, riders of two-wheeled vehicles are particularly vulnerable. When you overtake them, allow plenty of room. Check to the left as you pass to make sure they're safe. Hi there. I hope this video helps you prepare for your UK driving theory test. If you find it useful, please consider subscribing to our channel and don't forget to turn on the bell notification so you never miss an update. Also, drop your score in the comments, we'd love to hear how you're doing. Now, let's jump back into the video. Question 36. How can you avoid wasting fuel? A. By having your vehicle serviced regularly. B. By revving the engine in the lower gears. C. By driving at higher speeds where possible. D. By keeping an empty roof rack on your vehicle. A. By having your vehicle serviced regularly. If you don't have your vehicle serviced regularly, the engine will gradually become less efficient. This will cause increased fuel consumption and in turn an increase in the amount of harmful emissions it produces. Question 37. You're driving on a one-way street. What should you do if you realize you've taken the wrong route? A. Reverse out of the road. B. Reverse into a driveway. C. Turn around in a side road. D. Continue and find another route. D. Continue and find another route. Never reverse or turn your vehicle around in a one-way street. It's illegal and could even cause a collision. If you've taken a wrong turn, carry on along the one-way street and find another route, checking the direction signs as you drive. Stop in a safe place if you need to check a map. Question 38. Your vehicle has broken down on a motorway. What should you do if you aren't able to get onto the hard shoulder? A. Stop the traffic behind and ask for help. B. Switch on your hazard warning lights. C. Stand behind your vehicle to warn others. D. Attempt to repair your vehicle quickly. B. Switch on your hazard warning lights. If you can't get your vehicle onto the hard shoulder, use your hazard warning lights to warn others. Leave your vehicle only when you can safely get clear of the carriageway. Don't try to repair the vehicle or attempt to place any warning device on the carriageway. Question 39. Who's responsible for paying the vehicle tax? A. The driver and vehicle licensing agency, DVLA. B. The driver of the vehicle. C. The car dealer. D. The registered keeper of the vehicle. D. The registered keeper of the vehicle. The registered keeper of the vehicle is responsible for paying the vehicle tax or making a statutory off-road notification (SON) if the vehicle is to be kept untaxed and off the road. Question 40. What circumstances require you to notify the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency (DVLA)? A. When your vehicle needs an MOT certificate. B. When your health affects your driving. C. When you have to work abroad. D. When you lend your vehicle to someone. B. When your health affects your driving. DVLA holds the records of all vehicles' drivers and riders in Great Britain and Northern Ireland. They need to know if you have a medical condition that might affect your ability to drive safely. You must tell them if your health deteriorates and you become unfit to drive. Question 41. Why are vehicles fitted with rear fog lights? A. To warn drivers following closely to drop back. B. To show when they've broken down in a dangerous position. C. To make them more visible in thick fog. D. To make them more visible when driving at high speed. C. To make them more visible in thick fog. Rear fog lights make it easier to spot a vehicle ahead in foggy conditions. Avoid the temptation to use other vehicles' lights as a guide, as they may give you a false sense of security. Question 42. Why should you try and park in a secure car park? A. It stops the car being exposed to bad weather. B. It doesn't cost anything to park here. C. It makes it easy to find your car. D. It helps deter thieves. D. It helps deter thieves. Whenever possible, leave your car in a secure car park. This will help deter thieves. Question 43. Other than direction indicators, how can you give signals to other road users? A. By using brake lights. B. By using side lights. C. By using fog lights. D. By using interior lights. A. By using brake lights. Your brake lights will give an indication to traffic behind that you're slowing down. Good anticipation will allow you time to check your mirrors before slowing. Question 44. How can you help to prevent your car radio being stolen? A. Install a security-coded radio. B. Park in an unlit area. C. Park near a busy junction. D. Leave the radio turned on. A. Install a security-coded radio. A security-coded radio can deter thieves, as it's likely to be of little use when removed from the vehicle. Question 45. You're driving on an open road in dry weather. What distance should you keep from the vehicle in front? A. 2 meters, 6 feet 6 inches. B. 1 car length. C. A 2-second time gap. D. 2 car lengths. C. A 2-second time gap.
One way of checking there's a safe distance between you and the vehicle in front is to use the 2-second rule. To check for a 2-second time gap, choose a stationary object ahead such as a bridge or road sign. When the car in front passes the object, say, "Only a fool breaks the 2-second rule." If you reach the object before you finish saying the phrase, you're too close and need to increase the gap.
Hi there. I hope this video helps you prepare for your UK driving theory test. If you find it useful, please consider subscribing to our channel and don't forget to turn on the bell notification so you never miss an update. Also, drop your score in the comments, we'd love to hear how you're doing. Now, let's jump back into the video.
Question 46. You're driving at night. What should you do if you're dazzled by headlights coming towards you? A. Shade your eyes with your hand. B. Flash your main beam headlights. C. Slow down or stop. D. Pull down your sun visor. C. Slow down or stop. If the headlights of an oncoming vehicle dazzle you, slow down, or if necessary, stop. Don't close your eyes or swerve as you'll increase your chances of having a collision. Don't flash your headlights either, as this could dazzle other drivers and make the situation worse. Question 47. What's the speed limit for a car towing a caravan on a dual carriageway? A. 60 miles per hour. B. 70 miles per hour. C. 50 miles per hour. D. 40 miles per hour. A. 60 miles per hour. The speed limit for cars towing caravans or trailers on dual carriageways or motorways is 60 miles per hour. Due to the increased weight and size of the combination, you should plan further ahead. Take care in windy weather, as a strong side wind can make a caravan or large trailer unstable. Question 48. You're driving on a busy main road. What should you do if you find that you're driving in the wrong direction? A. Turn into a side road on the right and reverse into the main road. B. Turn around in a side road. C. Make a U-turn in the main road. D. Make a 3-point turn in the main road. B. Turn around in a side road. Don't turn around in a busy street or reverse from a side road into a main road. Find a quiet side road and choose a place to turn around where you won't obstruct an entrance or exit. Look out for pedestrians and cyclists as well as other traffic. Question 49. You've broken down on a two-way road. You have a warning triangle. At least how far from your vehicle should you place the warning triangle? A. 25 meters, 82 feet. B. 5 meters, 16 feet. C. 45 meters, 147 feet. D. 100 meters, 328 feet. C. 45 meters, 147 feet. Advance warning triangles fold flat and don't take up much room. Use one to warn other road users if your vehicle has broken down or if there has been an incident. Place it at least 45 meters, 147 feet, behind your vehicle or the incident, on the same side of the road or verge. Place it further back if the scene is hidden by, for example, a bent hill or dip in the road. Don't use warning triangles on motorways. Question 50. Your car breaks down on a level crossing. What's the first thing you should do? A. Stay in your car until you're told to move. B. Walk down the track and signal the next train. C. Leave your vehicle and get everyone clear. D. Tell drivers behind what's happened. C. Leave your vehicle and get everyone clear. If your vehicle breaks down on a level crossing, your first priority is to get everyone out of the vehicle and clear of the crossing. Then use the railway telephone if there is one to tell the signal operator. If you have time before the train arrives, move the vehicle clear of the crossing, but only do this if the alarm signals aren't activated.